looking at the rest of this reading, this ain't about nobody but you. This ain't about the things that you need to walk away from. This ain't about the people you need to walk away from. That's not what this is about. This is about you coming home to yourself in the month of September, right? Because if we're thinking back, because I know I'm the type of person, I need to know the reason why for everything, right? So one of my questions lately has been like, what was August for? Okay, we could have did that a lot more easeful. I'm just saying, but on the other side of that, I understand why. Because spirit need to show us, baby, if don't nobody else got you, you got you.
One for the money, yes sir, two for the show. A couple of years ago, on the head and the low. What's the starter? Something good. Where me and my nigga wrote the martyr through the hood, just trying.
Hey, Bookie, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am Becca, and we are here to do the Earth Sign Creative Divination for the collective. Lord, that is a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast. But if you are a Virgo, a Taurus, a Capricorn, in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, y'all know the things, right? This could apply to you, okay? But please keep in mind that these are general messages. So they may or may not resonate. If you would like a message that is more catered to you, make sure you click the link down below in the description box and book a divination with me. Okay? But we're going to get right into this reading. As I was shuffling, because I only, cleared the deck, shuffled the deck, cut the deck. And as I was doing that, I got this vision of a ladder. So, Earth signs for the month of September, there is a energy of upward movement, right? Of climbing. I'm interested to see what comes out. I'm interested to see what comes out in the divination in regards to that. But I know for a lot of us, we have been in this mode of like hermit mode, kind of. Give a real like Eight of Pentacles energy, just like tunnel vision, facing forward or facing up, however you want to hear. But I feel like we've been focused, right? And I pray that September, okay, is a little bit kinder, not just to the earth signs, but to everybody, because August was like, girl, okay, like, who peed in your cornflakes? Why you come in so hard? Okay? So, I'm interested to see what comes out in this divination. The first card that we have out is our underlying energy. It is honor yourself. Okay? And it says, recognize the hard work that you put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking about how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. So, if we're going to talk about the little vision image I had of the ladder, this checks, right? Like, using September to literally honor yourself, using September to, like, pat yourself on the back and recognize how far you have come, right? And this doesn't mean that things is perfect. This don't mean that you don't still have a couple of issues that you need to work out or what have you. But just remembering that not only pay attention to how far you come, but remembering that you've gotten through all of the situations that you thought you would, right? And it's something very specific on this card that made me think of the latter situation. And that's, instead of thinking about how far you have to go, remind yourself all that you've accomplished, right? So, as it pertains to the vision of the ladder, instead of looking up at this ladder, because in the vision, I saw straight up the ladder, and then as I was looking downwards, I couldn't see down there, right? Because it was clouds. It was a whole bunch of clouds. I couldn't see it, and to me, that speaks to what this card is talking about, right? Stop paying attention to what is behind you. Stop paying attention and beating yourself up because you think that you just have so much farther to go. Because you're looking up at this ladder and you're seeing straight up and you like, dang, that's a long way up though, right? Like, don't, either way, like, don't, don't get stuck. You feel me? Don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck in the future. It is very important to you. I will be so glad when Mercury takes out all of her microwaves. Lord Jesus. I'm filming this on the 3rd. It's going to go up on the 3rd. But this shadow period, child, every Mercury retrograde, my words, just jumble. Anyway, it's very important that you pay attention and be present in September because, baby, I don't know about y'all, but I'm scared of heights, okay? So, I would be terrified to be suspended in the air on a ladder and miss a step, okay? And, or my foot slips, or whatever. Because, baby, nobody has time to be taking a tumble. Y'all remember, what was it? Was it Scarlett? What's her name? Scarlett? Scarlett takes a tumble. That girl that was on that, like, this is way back. When the girl was on the table and she fell. Like, that would be me. That would be me. Like, so, it's very important in September for my earth signs to be very present, right? And that's easier said than done. Why? Because if you are in a situation where you do have things that you are worrying about, you do have things that are stressful in your life right now, you do have things that are anxiety inducing and taking up a lot of your time and stuff like that, it's easy to focus on those things and it's easy to not be able to be in the present because you're thinking ahead, right? And for some people who are going through those things, you could be thinking about the past, like, dang, like, how I get here, or finding yourself repeating patterns. And excuse me, there go the hiccups. Excuse me. Whew. Just, finding yourself in a place where it's easy to induce anxiety. It's easy to be afraid that your foot's gonna slip or be afraid that you're gonna miss a peg on the ladder. But if you're present and you're careful and you are taking the time to, like, okay, hand, foot, step by step, right? It's very, very hard to mess that up. It's very hard to slip when you are present, when you're paying attention, right? Spirit, give me 2 more cards. Yeah. I can't wait to show y'all these cards. We might clarify, okay? Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Let me give this another shuffle so I can change the bottom of this deck because don't nobody care about that right now. Okay, there we go. The cards that we have out are the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. There's a lot of 10s here. We're going to talk about, there's 2 10s here. We're going to talk about that. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Death card. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I know, everybody's favorite card, right? We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck. I don't like that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Swords, we have the 3 of Cups, and we have the Devil. I don't like it, but we're going to talk about it, okay? So, starting with this 10 of Pentacles, I feel like for a lot of us Earth signs, and I'm saying us because not only am I a Capricorn sun, but I have hella Capricorn placements, okay? I have a stellium in my 8th house. So I'm right there with y'all, okay? But for a lot of us Earth signs, I feel like mind on your money, in your money on your mind, right? But not in a way that's like, not in a way where like you want money because you want to stunt, right? Or you want money to buy random things, right? It's no, like this 10 of Pentacles is talking about longevity. It's talking about generational. It's talking about something long lasting. So a lot of us could be thinking about our future. We could be thinking about what we need to do right now today in order to be able to build the type of future that we want, right? And with the card after that being the Ten of Wands. Okay. There, especially for someone like myself, okay, there has been a lot of endings, right? There has been a lot of forceful endings for those of us who are hard-headed, right? And I feel like as we move further into the reading, which of course we'll talk about, but as we move further ahead along in the reading, I really want to put an emphasis on the fact that in order for us to be able to build the type of stability and security, Four of Pentacles, that we want, there are some things that we have to put down. There are some mindsets that we have to change. There are some ideologies that we have to change. There's some habits that we may need to change, and there are maybe some habits that we need to incorporate, right? So this, for me, while yes, we're in Virgo season, and Virgo season is the season of harvest, for us, this may be a time of like shedding, right? And I know that's like counterintuitive, or it sounds counterintuitive, but we're heading, I mean, and I don't want to speak past, autumn and fall, but we're also coming up on winter, in a couple of months. Stillness, shedding, death, right? And so I feel like for a lot of us, in order for us to be able to even begin to etch out a plan, to set a framework for what we want our future to look like, we're going to have to set some things down, okay? I kind of want to clarify that. Spirit, please tell me about this Ten of Wands. We have the Eight of Cups, right? Endings, walking away, right? And it could be something that I'm getting so scalped and triggered in this reading, Lord Jesus. But whatever we're having to put down or walk away from, like, we in our feels about it, right? And this could be a person, this could be a place, this could be a job, this could be a friendship. Like, it's whatever you want it to be, right? A way of thinking, okay? But we're having to walk away from something, and we in our feels about it, because like whatever it was, we was kind of comfortable in it. You feel me? And the thing about comfort is that it doesn't always lead to productivity. It doesn't always lead to growth. It doesn't always lead us where we need to be. But I use the example all of the time. Like, if you have been in any of my lives, if you watched any of my videos, you know this example that I'm about to use. The blanket example, right? So, say you have this worn, tattered blanket that you had for years. It got holes in it. It's itchy. It stank. And somebody comes along and they're like, hey, I see your blanket over there. You look like you're kind of struggle busting it. I have a new blanket for you. It's soft. It smells good. It's warm. Like, it will give you everything that you need in a blanket, right? And you're just like, nah, I'm good. What do you mean you're good? It stinks. It can't keep you warm because it has holes. But you want to hold on to this blanket so much because you have history with this blanket. This blanket has been with you through the good times, the bad times, and the indifferent times. This blanket is a level of security for you, right? And Five of Swords, there could be some conflict and some tension around. Okay, that was very specific. There could be some conflict or some tension around you putting things down, around you walking away, right? For some of you, it's one of those things where it's like, you know that what you need to put down and what you need to let go of, the burdens that you need to sit down, You know they don't belong to you. You know that you have been carrying these things around for a while. And quite frankly, and I'm going to say it how they're giving it to me, quite frankly, it's like you versus you right now, right? It's like the self that you want to be versus the self that you have been are right now, right? Because it's scary. I said this in the collective. It is terrifying when you know that you want to move forward, when you know that something needs to be different, when you know that you have gotten comfortable. That aspect of change, while sometimes it can be exciting, it can be kind of scary too, right? Not because of any other reason other than the fact of you don't know what that looks like, but you know what this looks like. You're familiar with that, right? You as much as that hurts, as much as these things are heavy, you got splinters all in your head, you know what to expect from this, even though it's not the best for you, right? And I feel like there's again some tension behind walking away and staying where you are, right? However, you have this Four of Pentacles here. Y'all see how my guy is locked in with this pentacle, okay? He ain't letting go for nothing. For nothing. He even got his feet, yes, feet on these pentacles, right? A lot of the reason that some of us are having a hard time walking away, having a hard time between our head and our heart, having a hard time me versus me, is because our stability and our security is coming into question, right? It's something about that that's going to shift. And for a lot of us, we're like, yo, I don't know what me walking away is going to look like in terms of my security and my stability, in terms of my pentacles. I am being so scalped in this reading, and I don't appreciate it. But anyway, we are really like holding on to it. Right? And I just want to remind y'all that Pluto just moved back into Capricorn. Pluto just backed it up and dumped it back into Capricorn, okay? So there's a lot of things about structure, about restriction, about all of the Capricornian themes that are going to come in to question, that are going to be center forefront for a lot of people, right? And a lot of astrologers, because I'm not an astrologer, but a lot of astrologers have been talking about people, situations, mindsets, right? Coming back up, coming into question to be looked at before Pluto skirt off into Aquarius, because that's a whole nother set of, oh my God, right? So use this time to like really unpack why you feel like you can't have different. Like I low-key, what we're going to clarify. I was about to say, I low-key want to clarify. Y'all know I'm going to clarify, because y'all know I'm nosy, okay? And I'm a Capricorn, Sun, Virgo moon. Baby, we're clarifying because I need the tea. Spirit, can you give me one more card, please? Give me one more card, please, Spirit. And I can't make this shit up. I got a it wasn't a comment, it was a tweet. One of my pookies had tweeted about how they love just like listen to readers and listen to anything I post because they feel like they kicked it with their big cousin for a while. I love that you said that. Like I like that. Okay, because that's what I want this to feel like. I don't want it to feel like, and I said this also on Twitter the other day, like I appreciate, like this is totally off subject, but I feel like I need to say it. Somebody needs to hear it, I guess. I don't know. But I was saying the other day on Twitter how I appreciate the diviners, the astrologers, all the spiritualists who take into consideration people who are neurodivergent, people who tend to deal with a lot of anxiety, and they break it down in a way where it's not anxiety inducing, right? It's not doom and gloom. It's not like fear mongering. Like, it puts you more at ease, and it gives you more of a, what do you call it? I don't know, like a guidebook, I guess you could say. It gives you more of that type of energy, like to help you along, versus you being like, oh my god, like this. Because what prompted that tweet, honestly, was I was watching a video here on YouTube about Pluto moving back into Capricorn, and I was watching the Gemini rising portion of it because I'm a Gem rising, and the person that was doing it was like, they just came out the gate like, I don't know, Gemini, it's like September probably gonna suck for y'all. Whether that's true or not, okay, like a little decorum, a little bit of like, because August was rough, okay, August was real ghetto. Like, we need September to come and sit down, have a seat, don't touch nothing, okay, be real cutesy, real demure, real mindful, okay. I just want to put that out there. So when I'm doing these divinations, that's what I want y'all to feel. I want y'all to feel like you walked away learning something. You walked away empowered. You walked away after having a key with your big cousin. Okay? Back to the divination. Don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it's been said. Anyway, to clarify this Four of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups and the Five of Wands. Again. Self versus self, right? Being in a space of contemplation about whether or not, if you let this thing go, if you change this thing, if you walk away, if you put the walls down, are you going to be able to recoup them? How is that going to change your stability? How is that going to change your security? I can't speak for the rest of the earth signs, but I know as a Capricorn with a lot of Capricorn placements, my stability and my security are top tier important to me, right? Anything that threatens that, you gonna see a whole other side of Mecca, right? So with those things being so important to earth signs, right, I can see where this is scary. I can understand why you like, hold on, like I'm aware that something needs to change. I'm aware I need to put something down, but like baby steps, can we take it slow? And I feel like Pluto's like, nah, I feel like Mercury retrograde was like, nah, you feel me? Like, it's almost giving this energy of like, we've given you time. You feel me? Like, we've waited. We've given you all the space that you need. It's time to move. It's time to go, right? Also, it's time for some things to end, right? There's a transformation that's happening. There is a shifting that is happening. There is a why does this pop in my head? There's a swallowing. Let me stop. There's a swallowing that's happening. But there's some transformation going on, right? And like I just said a few minutes ago, I feel like these transformations can be scary for a lot of people, right? Especially if you are somebody who has been affected, which in certain senses we've all been affected, right? But when it comes to Pluto being in Capricorn, which it has been for the last, whatever 2008 was, child, okay. Since 2008, whatever has occurred in your life from 2008 up until now, we've had it rough. You feel me? Like, and I feel like that has been the prep. Hate to say it that way, but that has been the prep, right? Okay, to clarify the Death card, we have the Three of Swords and the Star. Right? And there is something to be said about the Death card being here, or the Star being here with the Death card. Because I feel like, yeah, it might hurt. But outside of this transformation, right? Also, for whatever reason, I thought about illumination when I saw the Star card. So, I feel like September is going to be a month that is going to shine a light on a lot of things. And for it's going to be different for everybody, right? But I feel like it's going to shine a light on a lot of things that is going to make this and this make a lot more sense. A little bit easier, right? Even take you to a place of, okay, Ace of Wands, being inspired, being creative, having that space now that you have not only been made aware, which I don't know, like, if you went through this Mercury retrograde not being aware that some shit needed to change, no judgment, but, okay. But, being made aware of things that need to change, making the change, right? And y'all know how I feel about getting rid of stuff, right? Getting rid of things creates room for everything else, right? Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. You have choices. Don't let this, okay, excuse me, be an illusion or create an illusion that you don't have choices. You have choices. You have a ton of choices, right? What's at the bottom? Yeah. Yeah. You have choices. King of Swords, Chariot. How you choose to move forward depends on you. How clear are you being with your wants? Are you confusing the universe? Are you confusing God? Are you confusing your dead folks? Are you saying that you want something, but your actions are not matching your words? Because illusions will do that to you, right? Illusions will have you think like, damn, I want to move forward. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then on the flip side, all of this energy up here has gaslit you into thinking that you don't have any options on how to move forward, right? That if you get rid of this thing, if you walk away from this thing, if you put these things down that don't belong to you, that there is going to be, I don't know even how to put it, like, it's almost like you've gotten so comfortable carrying all of this. You've gotten so comfortable being burdened by all of this, where you can't even picture a life in existence without these burdens, right? What is that called? Is it Munchausen? No, is it Munchausen? It's something like Munchausen syndrome, when you kind of like praise your what do you call it? Your trigger warner, your abuser, right? Is that Munchausen? I can't remember. Anyway, but it's almost like you've gotten so comfortable with these things where it's just like you've been gaslit, and you gaslit yourself into thinking that you can't move forward unless you have these things. But think back over the years. I sound so elderly saying that, but think back over the years to all of the trouble, all of the burdens, all of the things that this has caused you. Why would you want to like, knowing that you have options, knowing that the star is here? Why would you, like, knowing that the Ten of Pentacles is here? Why would you not be excited? As I'm doing this divination, I'm asking myself these questions because I don't teach anything that I haven't experienced or that I'm not going through. Okay? So I'm right there with y'all. I'm going through all in real time. Okay? I'm going through all of this with y'all, right? And so I'm having to ask myself these questions. Like, girl, what is the problem? What is the issue? You feel me? For a lot of us, I know for me, okay? I know for me, a lot of it is this damn Knight of Pentacles. Okay? Because to know anything about the Knights of Pentacles, he drives slow, okay? Drives slow, homie. Let him know, homie. Like, he'll get the job done. It's gonna be efficient. It's gonna be put together, right? But it's gonna be slow to come about, right? And for a lot of us, we like, bruh, I know for me, that's one of the biggest, I think, hangups that I have right now is being like, all right, I've been at this for years. Okay. Um, when is it my turn? When am I going to be able to be in a position where I'm not struggling? When am I going to be able to be in a position where I'm not stressed out about daily life? You feel me? And that seems like a very, what's the word? What is the word? Privilege. That feels, even in me saying it, feels like a very privileged position to be looking at that from, because it's like, girl, the whole world is struggling. The whole world is stressed out about their day to day. What makes you so different? Like, why do you think that you are outside of that? You feel me? But when you have lived a life where everything has moved slow, thanks Saturn, it comes to a point where you're like, am I doing all of this for nothing? Like, what? It gets to the point, and I literally said this to myself the other day. I was like, yo, what is the point of all of this? Like, by the time I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor, I'm gonna be fucking 80 years old. Like, what's the point? But the point is, oh, I like it. Our next card out is the Four of Swords, right? The point is to be able to move slow, to drive slow, right? So we can rest our eyes a little bit. This may look like, I don't know. And this isn't me saying, like, take your hands all the way off of it and be like, and don't have any part in it. I'm not saying that. But maybe for a while, let your dead folks do some of the heavy lifting, right? Let your spirit guides set up in that intuition a little bit. Queen of Cups, right? Um, I know she gets on a lot of people's nerves because I know it's like, girl, I know you see the chaos and you want me to be very Queen of Cups about it. You want me to like sit on my throne and like gather myself and my emotions. Do you see all of the craziness that's going around? Like, are we looking at the same existence, right? But doing this allows you to do this, right? There was, who said it? Was it Jay? I can't remember. One of my mutuals said it. I want to say it was Jay. If it was Jay, shout out to Soul Brother Jay. But one of my mutuals said to me one day in a conversation as we were talking that when your mind is, and this is something that I don't know, but when your mind is in chaos, you cannot do this. When you're stressed out, when you are dreading the worst possible scenario, when your emotions are all over the place, when you're up at like, you can't do that, right? You can't sit on your throne. You can't tap into and listen to your intuition, right? I'm definitely one of those people, and I'm saying this on a very like practical material plane, right? The earth plane. I'm the type of person where when I'm stressed out, my first go to is to do some work. This morning, for example, I got up like last night and did real crappy mentally, right? So I got up this morning and as soon as my feet touched the floor, I started cleaning. I mean, I was scrubbing. I was in here moving stuff around, like doing it all, right? And it wasn't until about, because as I'm filming this, it's 3:43. I literally just stopped cleaning at like 1:50, almost 2 o'clock. Um, and the only reason I stopped cleaning is because I was literally exhausted. But I was very conscious of the fact that I was doing all of that and I was cleaning because I know that if I had sat around today, my mind would have gotten the best of me, right? It would have been another crappy, emotional, mentally draining day, and I did not want that, so I decided to busy myself. But oh, baby, when I sat down, when I sat down, it made it very clear that, girl, you didn't escape anything. You might have put it on the back burner for a while, but it's still there. right? But instead of starting to panic, instead of starting to like get angry and let my emotions fly all over the place, I sat here for a while, right? I sat here in the silence. I sat here just existing, just being with self, right? And that allowed me to quiet the anxiousness. It allowed me to quiet my mind. It allowed me to tap into my intuition. For my intuition to tell me, girl, you've been here before. Several times over the last year. Have we not pulled you through every time? Have we not made sure that you had what you needed every single time? Right? And so, sitting with self, sitting in the stillness, sitting in the quietness, resting, driving slow will allow you to do this. It will allow you to see things more clearly. It will allow you to be able to see where that car go. See the choices that you have. It will allow you to see the potential of what it is you can do and that you create, or see the potential of what you can do and what you can create and what you will have room for when you let the shit go. Right? Because what is this about? Bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. And I'm going to say this each and every time this card comes up in the reading. Y'all know how I feel about the Lovers, right? Yeah, love, yada, 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 right? However, I am a firm believer in the fact of, and again, this is not for me to police anybody's anything, right? Far be it for me to tell you how to practice whatever it is you practice or believe in whatever it is that you believe in. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is understand and know your why. And as for me in my house, the reason that I do the things that I do, the reason why I am a churchy hoodoo, the reason why I believe in the things that I do is because for me, it's a journey back to self, right? A lot of people look at this Lovers card and you think it's about an outside influence and you think it's about, yeah, and it could be given the context, right? But, and I've said this in prior videos, I am the type of diviner, I don't want to talk about everybody else when you sit with me. That's not my goal. What's going on in here, right? What's going on with you? And so when I see this card, it immediately takes me internal. Looking at the rest of this reading, this ain't about nobody but you. This ain't about the things that you need to walk away from. This ain't about the people you need to walk away from. That's not what this is about. This is about you coming home to yourself in the month of September, right? Because if we're thinking back, because I know I'm the type of person, I need to know the reason why for everything, right? So one of my questions lately has been like, what was August for? Okay, we could have did that a lot more easeful. I'm just saying. But on the other side of that, I understand why. Because Spirit needs to show us, baby, if don't nobody else got you, you got you. Right? If don't nobody else understand you, make sure you understand your damn self. Okay? Tune out all this other stuff. Right? If your practice, if your beliefs, and if the things you do don't bring you here, if that's not your goal, if that's not your why, I urge you to unpack that, right? I urge you to really think about your why and why you do the things that you do, why you practice the things that you practice. What is the reason? Because to me, okay, the only other answer is to bring me back to self, to bring me back into balance, to bring me back into equilibrium, right? And it's not just for me, it's for the ones who came before me. It's for the ones that are going to come after me, right? It's not just a me thing. I'm building something that is long standing, which is why this is so important. The slowness is so important, right? And I feel like because we have 2 5s here, right? The conflict, and that's why I said earlier, the conflict is you versus you. It's not you versus them or you versus it. No, it's you versus you because you know you deserve better. You know that you are destined for greatness. You know that you are building something that's long standing and worthwhile, right? And you know that some of the things that have protected you in the past, some of the things that have held you and shielded you in the past are no longer useful. They're no longer necessary. Everything, it is so cliche to say this, but everything has a season. And for a lot of the things that a lot of us have been carrying around, the seasons has changed. It's time to declutter. It's time to put the winter clothes, or I'm sorry, put the summer clothes away, right? It's time to clean the proverbial closet out. It's time to make room for what it is you want. It's time to make room for the transformation that is continuing to happen, okay? Yeah. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. This is why I have started shuffling on camera. I'm going to show you these and then we're going to pull a oracle card. Not y'all almost getting an hour out of me. That's different. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups. Another 10. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have Justice. We have the Two of Pentacles. Did I not just say something about balance? Oh, okay. We have the Four of Wands. Did I not just say something about balance, stability, and security? Okay. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Y'all, a lot of us are in this type of energy because it's almost given like, where's the return on my investment? I'm doing the work. Okay? I'm tilling the soil. I planted the seeds. I've been taking care of the land. I've been watering it. Where they at? Right? And, again, I've been working hard. Okay? Balance. Balance. That's what all of this is for. Again, to bring you back into balance. So that you can appreciate this. Because, yeah, this is cute. This is real cute. But don't you want to be able to bask in what you created instead of building it quickly and having to go back and repair and to fix and to, what's another word? I guess repair and fix. To repair and to fix things that could have been done right the first time. If you would have just drove slow, homie. And it's crazy because, shout out to C, the fashion astrologist, okay? She said this yesterday in her live on TikTok about going back to things, to people, situations that are comfortable but are no longer useful for you. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? Don't lie to yourself. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. Don't get it in your head, in your mind. Sit here thinking about the good times and shit. Reminiscing and such. You feel me? To where you take 10 steps back instead of 15 forward. Because of a past that you have with somebody, or the nostalgia of a thing, or whatever the situation. Like, don't. Okay. Let's get an oracle card. Spirit, what messages or advice, rather, do you have for the Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo for the month of September? What is the advice, Spirit? Please be clear. What is the advice, Spirit? I'm also going to take this time to tell you that if you made it this far in the video, kudos to you. Okay? Make sure you hit that like button, leave me a comment, and help your sister out and go book a reading. Okay? So I can pay this rent. Full transparency. Spirit, what is the message? What is the advice, Spirit? Okay. Do I want to take that one? I'm going to take that one. Something telling me to take that one. Okay? We have Fork in the Road in the reverse, which when this deck comes up in the reverse, it is a warning of protection, so we're definitely going to be reading that. And then we have TikTok. Okay, so let's read. It's number 13. Okay, Fork in the Road. It says, indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you cannot remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable for. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you have learned this valuable lesson. Child, moving on. I don't even have nothing to say to that. Like, that is everything that we just talked about for the last 45 minutes. Just saying. I kind of want to read the oracle message. That seems more fitting. Okay, TikTok. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future is ahead of them. But what if that is not true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening right now? Did I not talk about the present moment? Okay. In a glorious timelessness. You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are right here, right now, and always show up when you need them right on time. Baby, if I am not a representation of that, if I am not proof of that, okay? Because y'all know I share of myself in order to relate to y'all. August, baby. Did not think I was crowdfunded. Did not think I was going to make that money. The day before I had to make a payment or get locked out of my apartment. When I say my mutuals and my community came through, nothing that is for you will be withheld from you. It does not matter what it looks like right now. That be in the present moment. What does your present moment look like? That's what you focus on. Let everything else work itself out. Okay? In the month of September. I love you guys. It has been cute chilling with y'all for this long. I didn't feel rushed, you know? But, again, if you would like to book a divination, help your girl out, please do so. Link is in the description. As always, be great. Get bread, stay all the way alive. And with everything being intentional, have the September you conjure. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Bite me around this bitch. Your mama and your cuz.